First question. How did you get your brand Rebel started?
Okay, so Rebel, before I had Rebel Native, I had another brand that I was not genuinely connected to. I just literally was doing it because I could design. But Rebels came about my freshman year of college. I was actually hurt. I went to Howard University in DC, and I was hurt. I had knee surgery, and I was like, damn, man, I want to, now that I can't play, I want to, do something with my time. So I got back into designing, but I never had a name for it. And we were in Hampton at the playoffs, and of course I was hurt on the bench. And me and my coach got into it because I was hurt and I was sitting there. We were losing, but my leg was messed up, so I just sat comfortably. And me and my coach got into it mid game, like literally mid game. And then my homegirl said next to me, she's like, "Yo, you such a rebel." So what's crazy is like I just took that and I saw Hampton's logo at the end of the court, and I was like, "Damn, I'm gonna remake that logo." And I'm gonna call it Rebel Native, and that's just how it came. Like I was literally just sitting on the bench, hurt. Like it wasn't no in-depth thing. It's just my homegirl said it, and I was already looking at the logo. I was like, name it Rebel Native. Like that's literally how it came up. Like thanks to my coach for being an asshole, but yeah, it was just organic though. It wasn't like I wasn't trying to find a name. It just came to me. It just stuck. I was like, yeah, I want that. Like just like that.
Okay. What has been one of the challenges of owning your brand?
Worst one and the hardest one I would say is middlemen. Like I don't own my own production company yet, or like I'm just getting into the realms of having manufacturer friends and production friends. But that because like you can design as much as you want, you can sell as fast as you want, but if they can't produce it as fast as you want and as fast as you need it, then your customers, one, as a small business, customers are always off rip thinking that you're scamming them off rip. Like they think that you just have inventory sitting there with some pickers that go pick their order as soon as they get it and send it to them. And it's like, no, we work through manufacturers. And even though I have a good relationship with my manufacturer, like it doesn't matter because if a big company comes and pays him 100K off top, even though I only probably need 50 pieces printed, he's like, look, your 50 pieces is not going to take me that much time, but this is making me more money, so I need to focus on that. So I would say that, and this year is big on that because now I'm like cutting it out. Like I'm not going to need a manufacturer too much because I have now connections, but that has been, I think that's been the one that's holding me back from dropping so much, because it's like I don't want to keep dealing with waiting times and production times, and it's errors the out of your control that you can't control, as well with the middleman. So I would say the middleman with production is a hellhole.
Okay.
Kind of just scares times too, when things you do everything right on your end, and then it gets messed up through them. So yeah, I would say that for sure.
So you got another brand. I don't know if I'm saying this right. Is it called 3 Level?
Yeah,
Okay. So
yeah, I got 3 levels. Yeah.
That's a denim brand, so it's like jeans.
Yeah.
All right? So with that, are you creating these pieces from scratch? Is that okay?
I design everything I designed it by myself. From scratch. It's not repurposed denim. It's not denim based off this design. I designed it from scratch. Like it's not denim no one has seen before. And I mean, I'm big on like I'm big on Fragment and I'm big on acronym. Like I don't know if you know them brands, but Errolson Hugh and Fuji Yamanrawa. No, I'm not saying his name right, but they have real big technical pieces, and I'm big on technical stuff. So it's like a fusion of technicality and I wouldn't even say design because it's not really design. I'm gonna be real. It's like 3 Level is like art pieces that are wearable. But you know how like you got runway that is runway pieces that aren't wearable. This is runway wearable pieces. So it's like I don't want to say this because people be thinking, but Shane Oliver with HBA, that's the whole blueprint, but revamp, like like that's
now what interests you about making like just denim pieces, because like You could have. I feel like you could have went. So you could have went so many different ways. Like, well, I got a denim shirt. I got a denim this. But you just want to make these denim like jeans. Like, what's?
Yeah, and I'm crazy because I have a few other pieces that I'm designing with it too, but they didn't come until like randomly. Like at first, I was just strictly design. Like I had probably like 20 designs that I was looking over. Ended up, bringing them into 10, and then bringing them into 5, and then I was like, why are you wasting these designs? And I just revamped them into a jacket or a shirt. Now I'm gonna drop a 6-piece collection. It's gonna be 2 pairs of denim pants, denim cargos, denim flannel, and a denim overall attachment vest. So it's like what made me want to design denim. So I'm hella skinny, but like my legs are long. So it fucking sucked finding nice jeans for me. Like I like skinny jeans, but I don't always want to wear skinny jeans, So and I would wear like regular jeans, but they would be too long or too wide. I'm like, I'm not getting jeans tailored. So I just made them and there's no such thing as unisex jeans. I don't know if you know, like up until like a few years ago, H&M actually implemented unisex as a category of clothes, but it's no such thing as unisex jeans. And I got tired of buying men jeans. I don't like my jeans baggy, and I don't wear women's jeans. So it just sucks. So I just made them myself. I was like, fuck it. I'm tired of it. And jeans expensive, and you don't get that much wear out of them. And I was like, I just want some durable jeans,
Great solution. Definitely with the size and the length thing, because I just be like, Lord Jesus, I can't deal with this.
A belt doesn't even work.
It don't. It really don't. And people be like, you got on the belt, why your pants still like that? Yeah, I'm like, if I tighten my belt, my jeans gonna be bulgy as hell right here. I don't want that right now. Like, that's not my lifestyle right now.
Fit that stuff, yeah.
It'd be throwing you out of whack, I swear. All right, so if we were to take a day in the life with you, with just working on your brand, how would that look?
I hope y'all early birds.
Okay. We gotta be early birds.
I watched this sun come on. I quit my job in June. And this is my first, I wouldn't even call it a real job. It was my first full-time job. And even before then with basketball, I was always an early bird. But after I quit that job, I noticed myself still getting up early. So now with my days, get up probably between 5:30. Maybe that's probably the latest I probably get up is 6:15. For some reason, I don't know, my body just does that. I get up, I pray because I'm Muslim. I pray, I meditate, eat breakfast. Depending on the day of the week, today is Thursday. If I didn't have this interview, I'm probably working out right now. I work out for an hour, smoke a little bit, and then I just sew. My sister surprised me with a sewing machine. But before she surprised me with a sewing machine, I was just doing it by hand. But now, I just cut and sew for I try not to start working too early. I get my mind right. So I don't really start sewing until noon. So from noon to 4, I'm just in this space right here, just working on patterns or cutting something out. I don't know. I'm very random. I like taking walks. I'm very random. I just be like, all right, I've been in the crib too long. Let me go take a walk. And I just take walks too to just reset my mental and my creativity. Because taking a walk, I might see something on somebody. I'm like, oh, let me implement that. I sit in the park a lot. I love the park. Just because I didn't have that peace before when I was working, and now I got control of my whole day. But that's mainly the day. I just really create. I live by myself, so I control my whole day. I don't. Sometimes I look at the clock and I'm like, damn, it's 8 o'clock. All right, you can stop sawing now. But I don't have anyone to distract me, so that's most of my day. That's probably most of my day. Chill with my cousin Jay. Might go to the studio with them. But for the most part, I create a lot. I spend at least 5 hours out of my day just in this space right here. So
I know you relocated from Baltimore to LA. How has that either enhanced or decrease the productivity? Well, not productivity, but sales for you for the Rebel brand.
I'm gonna be so honest with you. Moving to LA probably was what was needed. For some reason, I don't know if when I was back in Baltimore, if people didn't necessarily, I don't want to say respect my brand or take it serious, but they wanted to see how serious or real it was or what it was. One, because even when I was back in Baltimore, like I'm a real incognito, reclusive, behind the scenes type person. Because being with basketball, I was always out there, so I reverted back. But it did, like, I was making sales in Baltimore, I was doing well. But until I moved here, like, man, when I moved here, I don't know if people was like, oh shit, Stixz in LA now, let's support. But it just was like, like from new customers, different cities, different states, like just returning customers and growing, like me reaching my goal the first day out of dropping something and not the week after. I say the part of it was my focus. I was being more serious about it. I was putting it out there in a way that people was like, okay, it's not just one of those clothing lines. The connectivity with the storyline as well, people were starting to grasp on to more. So I would really say LA helped me a lot. It put a pep in my step too, because it's like, why you not putting out clothes? You have DTLA right there. You have 100 printers, that could get it done. So it's no excuse. Whereas in Baltimore, I was always hesitant because I'm like, oh man, like what the people putting out, or can I get this printed, or is it effective? So it's like now I'm in LA, I don't care. I control the narrative. Baltimore is just like I don't know. I wasn't worried about really the sales. I was more worried about having people like connect the name, and I don't want people to support Rebel Native or 3 Level because it's mine. And that's why, like, as you see, like, I don't, like, when I first started Rebel Native, I was in a lot of the shoots or stuff like that. I'm not in any of them now, and I'm not going to be in any of them. I don't even want people to know 3 Level is mine, which kind of sucks. But that's how I want to move, because I just wanted to be organic and genuine. And as it's shown, it's growing. So,
what tips can you give anyone that is building a brand on brand awareness?
Brand awareness. Do your research. Because a lot of people don't know. Like, before I even previewed 3 Level Denim, this was brought up in 2015. And I didn't think launching it into 2018. But do your researches. I everything I design, I make sure I can't find it online or nothing like it. Even brands that I'm inspired by, I make sure nothing is close to it. Do your searches, because if you do a piece, yes, a piece can be inspired by something, but inspiration, you should not be able to put them side by side, and that's where you got that inspiration from. Also, I would say, like, find a purpose. Like, why are you doing it? Like, it's just such thing as a merch line and a clothing line. Some people, I think, want to do merch, but they also just know the word clothing line, so they tag it with that. Just know your purpose. Like, have something more than just being a brand. Like, what's the connectivity between you, the people, and the brand? I'm big on that. Like, I don't work on trends like when people just remember that trend in 2016 where everyone was doing the backwoods font, shit like that. Like, you would never see me do trends like that. Like, people keep asking me to do masks. I know Corona is going to be around for a while. I'm not doing masks. It's just not me. It doesn't fit into my narrative. So, like, do things for yourself. And I would say one thing that's big on, that I'm big on, and every year I try to get better with, is quality. If you see somebody keep coming back to support you, that means they literally are fucking with you, and give them that same energy back by keep giving them quality. I don't really care about how much money I make off an item, because at the end of the day, if I give them the great quality, they're gonna come back, or they're gonna bring somebody else back. And it's just that simple. Like, just have a purpose. Anything you do, have a purpose. Like, everybody out here want to have a brand, but they don't have any purpose behind it. And that's why they don't last. And the last thing that I would say the most is patience. I had this brand. A lot of people don't know, like, Rebel Native been around since 2014. Up into 2020 was the first time where I, like, made money. Like, yeah, I made money, but I mean, like, made money every drop where I'm like, all right, I can pay for production, I can pay for shipping. Oh, I can throw my homies something, and I can have something for myself. Patience. That just came in 2020. Like, that just came. Like, it just came that I have WNBA players and NBA players, wearing clothes, and it's like that didn't come from me reaching out to them. Like, literally, I didn't reach out to any of them. It's just like organic support, and them seeing the message and my growth, like, just keep growing. Like, a lot of people say stagnant. You gotta grow, and never get complacent. Like, never get complacent.
From your Rebel collection, what would you say is your favorite piece thus far?
That concrete rose tee. I don't know why, but I don't know. A lot of people don't know this, but I design everything on my phone. Like,
Okay.
I have a Mac, I have Photoshop, I have all that, but I don't really know how to use it. I design everything on my phone, and the reason why that's my favorite because my grandma helped me design that joint. Like, we were just in the market one day, and I was just like, like, I was like, I want to design something. I hate the market. So I was just designing and picking and da-da-da. And I just showed her. She was like, no, change this here, change that. I was like, oh, snap. And she's like, all right, I like that. And I just went with it. Like, because she knows nothing about fashion, nothing about the taste, the style. And I just went with it. And when I did, like, I dropped that shirt in 2016, and I dropped it probably like 3 or 4 times after that. And each time it sells more and more and more. And I'm just like, what the hell? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like it was so effortless, and I don't know. The shirt says a lot without saying a lot, and I think that's why it's my favorite. Yeah, that's probably my favorite piece. And there's some stuff that I'm designing now that didn't drop. That's probably my favorite, but that's my all time piece. I'm probably gonna drop that one again this year for the last time, just for the last time.
All right. So as I look on your page, I see you mention a lot of like artists, especially like local artists. Like that are probably like close to you, or like you just bang with their style. Period. Why do you think it's important to have those relationships with like local artists, or like artists that you like genuinely like care for their art?
Yeah, that's in places like Baltimore is even more important, because we aren't at the top of the conversations, and a lot of us have those outlets outside the city where people, the eyes are on us, and um it's a lot of talent in the city that the eyes should be on them, but they weren't put into positions like me. Like, if I ask myself every day, if I wasn't the basketball player I was in Baltimore City growing up in high school and things like that, would my platform and my way to things be the same? And that's why I go out of my way to support the people in the city that I support, because that small niche of my outlet is their outlet now, and it's big because, like I said, like, we're a city that already doesn't get a rep for a lot of things. But if you know the music scene and that DIY scene around Station North and things like that, you know how close, those people are. But if people over West Baltimore that don't know about that are so ignorant to it. But it's somebody that goes home every day over West Baltimore that can get those people knowledgeable of it. And that's why I go out of my way for the people that I do fuck with. I go out of my way to let people know I fuck with them, because it's a lot of people that I didn't know that look for my opinion on things or just in things, and I'm always looking for the next new thing. So if you build those relationships and things, people will be open to, like, I'm not telling people just because I support you, you need to support me, but pay it forward. If you fuck with somebody else, fuck with them as hard as I fuck with you. And I'm just big on that, because I don't hang with a lot of people in Baltimore, even when I did. But the people that I did hang with, I support a lot. Like Achille, like, that's my bro. Like, if you were to ask me who was my favorite band, it would be between him and Paul Anthony. But just because, like, the connectivity before we were on the scene, and to look like, if we weren't doing clothes, we would still be supporting these people.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people can't say the same thing.
So there's one artist in particular that's on your page, that I would say probably the most, artist J Hype. Now,
Oh yeah,
that's it's cool because it's like y'all both like y'all balance that like support relationship. Because when I go to her page, it's like she got the same, and it's so effortless. So it's like she'll probably like just post a pic that's just like her chilling, and it'll be like in some rebel gear, or she'll be like, or she'll post you up, and that's all so like genuine. And it's like she does the same for you. So if you go to your page, you are, you know, even supporting like a video that she did like when she was in tour, or like something that she just dropped, or she's like even willing to be like that model for you, for your brand, because most of us don't even have like a person be like, yo, I can put my cousin in this shirt and they'll look, or they'll like agree to actually do it. So how did that like relationship start?
Honestly, what's honestly crazy is like I never ever like was just like I need the face of the brand, and I'm like I'm looking for face of the brand. It happened so organic. Like that's my Rosie, that's my right hand, it's my cousin. Like, but even before we got super close, it was always I fuck with her music, she fuck with my clothes, and like after I moved to LA, like, and that's who I lived with in LA for years. Like we began to grow together because we believed in each other's vision so much. We didn't care who vision popped first, or we didn't care who vision got as much attention. Cause at the end of the day, like she'll be like, "Yo, you need to drop this. Let me shoot something for it." And I'm like, "Damn, I wasn't trying to drop that." She's like, "No, you know." So she's putting things, and I'm doing the same thing with her music. So it's like when you believe in somebody so much and it's organic and they support you and you support them, it's a no-brainer. You know, and people's like, yo, I want a model, let me be the face. I'm like, nah, I got my face. It's like the Carl Kanai and Tupac, you know, and it's like, because it's so organic. And if you look back at Tupac, or you go read Carl Kanai interviews, he'll tell you, like, what I built with Tupac was so organic. Like, even if I didn't have the clothes, I probably still would have been hanging with Tupac. Like, so it's just that, like, for real, it's just that, like I'm gonna keep promoting Jay, and I'm promote anybody, because you see like Trey RX is on there, my homeboy Sloan is on there. I'm very particular about who I do support, because I don't just support anything, but the people that I do support, they get the same support as if whatever they doing is mine, you know. So,
what are some brands you would like to collab with?
Locally or in general?
In general.
Stussy.
Okay, I can see it.
That's the only brand I want to collab with. Stussy. Actually, in Obey, those two, Stussy and Obey. Like, I grew up on Stussy. Like, Stussy's the reason why people call it Stussy, whatever. They're the reason why I even like wanted to start a brand between them and Obey, because I love Shepard Fairey. And I think I love Shepard Fairey based on more his brand relates more to Rebel Native as is, with message and propaganda. But just I see their growth, man. Like they still are circulating around a basic logo T-shirt from 98 that's still hot. Like they moving into cut and sew. Like people are paying attention to them, and it's like I want a piece of Stussy. Like of course people would say like Pierre Moss and Telfar and everything. Of course that time will come, but generally speaking, a brand that I could do Rebel Native and 3 Level with would be Stussy. Like, yeah. Man, Sean Stussy is crazy. Their piece is crazy. I mean, I got a job at Zoomies just so that I could get discount Stussy. Swear to God. Just so I could get discount Stussy. Because I was buying it so much, I was like, all right, man, like, I need discount something. Yeah, I worked there for like a year, like, just so I can get discount. Just so. Okay. But yeah, locally, like I said, Achille, Paul Anthony, we're collabing in the new year on a lot of things. A lot of people don't know about Paul, but Paul OG in the scene. Like, if you know Paul, you know Paul. And let's see. A lot of people don't know about them, but I do, and I want to bring them back. But I don't know if you remember Milk Crate Athletics. Yeah, a lot of people don't know about Milk Crate. And Milk Crate is like a Baltimore staple, but Milk Crate kind of started off in the Baltimore club scene. And then they ended up like swimming their way into I'm gonna have to send you some things of Milk Crate, but I want to bring them back just because I want people to know, like, even though I live in LA, my roots of this brand is still deeply connected to Baltimore, and Milk Crate is one of those brands. So it would be Stixz IG, Obey, Akile, Paul, Milk Crate, and I'm a huge fan of Dennis Rodman. I would love to collab with him on just like a shoot, like his queerness, his openness. Like, I'm not big on a lot of brands. I'm real basic, but Stixz is must. Like, Stixz a must.
See, all right, last question. What's the best experience you've had thus far being the brand owner?
Shit. The best experience. Honestly, it never gets old to me, ever. Seeing people just happy to wear my shit, or like tagging me and shit, like, or telling me, like, yo, this comfortable, like, or yo, you got some more, I know somebody want to cop. That never gets old to me, like seeing people like send me pictures of that stuff. I'm like, damn. Or like even drops, like just seeing how many people cop stuff. It never gets old. Like, I'm like, damn, people really fuck with me. So that's the best part. That keeps me going. Like, cause I mean, I set goals, but I'm never like, if I don't get it, I'm upset or anything like that. I'm just like, okay, what do I need to do a little bit more extra? And it always prevails. I would just say just seeing the support grow, like, and as you say, I don't do no crazy marketing, like, and I learned that off of, because I'm from the hood. I'm from East Baltimore, so I learned that from off of Sammo's and Motions and Hood of Hoods. They didn't have social media platforms when we dropped. I remember only Hood of Hoods had a website, I think, and barely. So it's like every day, whoever was wearing their clothes were their promotion. So that's why when people send me pictures in my clothes, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna post you. Like, that's my promotion. I don't need to do no crazy marketing, because that's how you sell, seeing other people in your stuff. So that never gets old. That's my favorite thing.
Okay. Well, thank you for doing this interview with me.
You already know. I appreciate it.